Hi guys, let's work some problems from the practice lesson 4.2. There's only 2 problems, but I want to show them to you in case you're having any trouble. The first one says a line passes through the point -6 and 6 and has a slope of 3/2. Write an equation in slope-intercept form. So slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. And in this case, we need to find out what the slope is and what the y-intercept is. They don't tell us what the y-intercept is, but they do tell us what the slope is. So we are going to use this information to solve for b. Let's plug those in for x and y. Y is 6 equals, and then the slope is 3/2, so we'll put that in there, times x is -6 and plus b. So let's simplify this a little bit. So you're welcome to use your calculator. We're going to add 12 to both sides. So b is 18, and we can write our equation. Y equals 3/2. Slope stays the same, x plus 18. We always are looking for that y-intercept, and we always need slope. Y equals 3/2 x plus 18. Let's enter that. Y equals 3/2 x plus 18. Hopefully I got that okay. And it says I'm wrong. Gotta love that. Let's just check my math. 6 equals 3/2 times -6 plus b. 6 equals -18/2. Oh. Did my fraction wrong. Let's try putting that instead. Wow. Let's try that. Cool. Watch your math errors, right? Okay, now this one can be a little bit tricky because we can't really see exactly where this graph crosses the y-axis. So we don't know what the y-intercept is, and we need to figure it out. So let's look here. This is -1. This point right here is at -1 and 4. So that's clear. I can see that. And this point right here is at 5 and 2. Okay, so I could calculate the slope with the slope formula, or I can also just see this. The rise is down 2. The run is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So my slope, rise over run, or I can simplify that, is that. So now I'm going to do what I did in the last problem, and I'm going to use one of these points. It doesn't matter which one, just pick the one that looks easiest to you. You should get the same answer, unless you make a math error. And we're going to do y equals mx plus b. So the y I chose is 2 equals -1/3 times the x I chose is 5 plus b. So I have 2 equals -5/3 plus b. And I'm going to use my calculator here and go 2 plus 5/3 plus 5/3 equals 11/3. And so I should be able to write this equation like this. Y equals negative 1/3 x plus 11/3. And that should be fine if I can remember it when I get back to the screen. Y equals negative 1/3 x. I sure hope that was plus 11/3. Check. That was correct. I'm going to do another one, and if you're feeling great, you don't need to watch it, but just in case you would like to see that again. All right, so this point right here is at 1 and 1, and this point right here is at 5 and negative 1, and I could do the slope formula, or I could look at the graph. I kind of like just looking at the graph. This will be down 2 and over 1, 2, 3, 4. So rise over run. If I had wanted to use the slope formula, it would look something like this. Negative 1 minus 1 over 5 minus 1 equals negative 2 over 4, which is negative 1/2. So if you prefer to do that, that's fine. Now I'm going to use one of my points. I like this one. And I'm going to plug it into the y, use my slope, use the x, and solve for b. Okay, so this is y equals mx plus b. All right. So negative 1/2 times 1 is just negative 1/2. So I'm going to add 1/2 to both sides. 1 plus 1/2 is 3/2 equals b. Okay, so y equals, my slope was negative 1/2 x plus 3/2. Negative 1/2 x plus 3/2. Y equals negative 1/2 x plus 3/2. Check. Cool. Always watch if your slope is negative, that should match the down slope, left to right, going down. If it's positive, it should match the up slope going left to right. So that's a good check. And then look to see if 3/2 makes sense. And I'm looking at this graph, and it crosses between 1 and 2. So that makes sense. 1.5 is between 1 and 2. So hopefully that helps you, and hopefully your practice goes great.